All over the world, animals are being abandoned, locked away, discarded, left to suffer in silence. It's hard to believe, especially for those of us who love pets like family. But it's happening every day, and sometimes the truth is hard to watch. This is Noli's story. Mayya is an animal charity based in the UAE and the UK, with a mission to rescue dogs from the streets, wastelands, and puppy farms. With rescue centres around the world already overflowing, the team deals with heartbreaking cases every day. But sometimes they get a call that shocks even them.
The Dubai side of our rescue got a call back in February that there was a small dog that had been abandoned in a flat. We think his family had just up and left the country, left him to basically starve in a hot flat with no food, no water, and he was in a really, really poor state.
Noli was just 2 years old. In a city where heat can kill, with average temperatures over 25 degrees in February, this young dog was left to die behind closed doors, alone.
It must have been boiling, so I imagine everything would have just been turned off. He'd had the door closed behind them as they left, and it could have been weeks. We just have no idea, but either way, it was far too long for any dog to be left like that. One of the cleaners that had gone into the apartment, they found Noli just basically sat in a little corner, shivering by himself. I think he was very, very lucky to be found that day, as I don't know what they'd have walked into had it been 24 hours later. I think it's just shocking. I couldn't imagine leaving my own dogs, whereas they've literally locked the door on that dog, walked away, boarded a flight, and they don't know if anyone's going to find him. That could have been it for him. It's just heartbreaking.
It's one of the saddest stories I've come across in the world of rescue. But sadly, it happens far too often.
So Noli's story is actually not a one-off, this is quite common.
A lot of dogs out there are abandoned for various reasons. They can either be left by their families. We get a lot of dogs that have been surrendered by expats, which is really sad because the dogs are kind of just an afterthought. But luckily there are rescues out there, like Mayya in the UAE, that are there to pick up the pieces for them.
Mayya took Noli in, surrounding him with care and love at that rescue centre and giving him the urgent veterinary treatment he so desperately needed.
Noli was found in a really tragic condition. He was just so skinny, so malnourished. He had bilateral cherry eye. He had worms so bad they were coming out of both ends. He was just, it couldn't have got much worse for him.
I mean, seeing the videos from when he was first rescued, it is just heartbreaking. We were lucky that the vet care team out in Dubai was able to help him and fix his eyes so they could get rid of the cherry eye that he had, but he has still had to have ongoing treatment because of the ulcers that he's had. But luckily for him, he's been given that second chance.
Once Noli had received the care he needed, the decision was made to fly him to the UK for a new chance at life, and the team were ready to help him find the loving forever home he deserved.
As soon as we saw the pictures and videos of him, we knew that we had to have him and that he would get the best life over here. He arrived in May last year. He came over with, I think it was about 20 plus other dogs, which was lovely for him because he had lots of friends that he could come over with and socialise with. He was still a little underweight, he still had a little way to go, but we knew that we could get him straight into a foster home and nurse him back to health, ready to find his forever home. Foster homes are pretty crucial. We find that a lot of dogs that have come from homes really struggle with kennel life. He really suffered with separation anxiety, so the minute he got into a foster home with other dogs, he was much happier. He settled straight on the sofa, he found his way around the garden, which we saw a totally different side to him than what we'd seen in kennels.
So a lot of our dogs do come over with separation anxiety, having been in similar situations to Noli. A lot of them take time and work and weeks or months or however long to learn to trust us. And then once they trust us, we also then have to sort of go through that same process again with finding them a home.
It's really tough because we are there to kind of nurture the dogs after they've been rescued, and we kind of have to give them a voice in terms of that obviously you can't speak to them, but you have to teach them that people are good, because a lot of them can have bad experiences, and we have to teach them that like things will be okay.
With Noli safe and healing, it was time to find him his forever home.
With Noli's story, we put a social media post out and we were inundated with homes for him. The home that he did end up going to couldn't have been more perfect. He did find his home within a few weeks of being with us, and it was a home where he would never be left. It was a retired family, and he would literally be like the centre of their world. So it worked out perfectly for him in the end.
Noli's absolutely thriving in his new home. He loves meeting new dogs, new people all the time. He loves going for long walks. As Ellie said, they don't ever leave him, which is great for him, having, like, obviously with his past. Yeah, he just couldn't be better. There's nothing like the reward when you go and see them a few months after they've been in the home and they're just thriving.
Yeah, and they always remember us.
Yeah.
We've always got a thing that it's the Mayya smell. I think no matter what, if it's 6 months or a year down the line, they always remember us.
The team at Mayya worked tirelessly to save Noli's life and help him find the forever home he so desperately deserved. Stories like his remind us how powerful kindness and commitment can be, and how every rescue is a chance to change a life. If you believe in second chances and want to see more incredible rescue stories, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Rescue That. Together, we can give more animals like Noli the hope they need. Bye for now.